You look so like, just like, you know exactly what you're doing.
It's the wind. The fan really.
I know. Okay. So starting from the beginning, welcome to Sweat Equity. I am Desiree and we are with Kristen and Leslie.
What's up?
And
Dustin's over there.
And Dustin.
You're not getting.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about you two, where you're from.
Well, I'm Kristen. This is Leslie. We work at Garage Pilates down the street. We're Pilates instructors. I've been teaching since 2003 when I was 5 years old. I know it's weird. So we met at the studio. She came in. She was an instructor working elsewhere and we clicked and she came in and I just leaned into her, I think right out of the gate as like a fellow business owner.
Okay.
I fell in love with Kristen's management style because she's hands off and lets us really be creative. And what I love about working there is we have something for everyone. We have classical, temporary, athletic. Everyone can do their thing.
How easy is it to talk all of this while doing the bike?
I hate it. We did it.
What I like to hear is that like exactly what you just said about Kristen is that you allow creativity within your staff. And like, that's so important because that doesn't happen. Like, you know, that doesn't happen.
It doesn't. I worked everywhere in town. So I knew what else was there. I go, let me self you. She's like, okay. And that's it. I never left. Literally 5 years ago.
Amazing.
Oh my God, COVID. Yes.
Family is begging us to stay open. We didn't.
We did what we had to do.
No, I get it. I mean, we are a product of COVID and, you know, and like being a business owner during COVID was just insane. I mean, you're expected to bring in your income when everything that involves your income is completely shut down.
Yeah.
You know,
that was the hard part too. Like where Garage Pilates is, right next door is Kampai Sushi.
Yes.
And so Orange County would allow like restaurants to have business outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so anyone who wanted sushi that used to go somewhere in Long Beach or LA County, their place closed. So they just jumped over the boulevard.
Yeah.
And Kampai's booming.
Yeah.
It was so hard to watch others struggle 2 blocks away.
Yeah. Well, because it's unfair, right? It's super unfair that like just you know, your next door neighbor is like not only succeeding, but exploding.
Yeah.
And then you're expected just to just continue paying your lease. Too bad. Your clients can't even come in. And Leslie, let's have you stand right here. Face Kristen. So we're going to have our feet just wider than hips width. We're going to have soft knees and you're going to take your hips and you're going to hinge forward. It's not a squat. You're just hinging forward and you're going to step out with the outside leg and a little bit with the inside leg. Out, in, out, in. I want to go just about halfway to the turf and then you're going to stop and then come back the other way. Okay. So I want to know more about how Garage Pilates came about.
I mean, it's kind of not that exciting when you look at the name. We started in my garage.
You know why that's exciting to me? We started in the garage too. So like I really, really vibe with the fact that you started in your garage. So how? Like, tell me.
Yes. So whenever my husband's job had us moving around quite a bit. So whenever we would have a garage, we would have like just a little bit of Pilates equipment in there.
Okay.
And I would train whomever, like neighbors, kids, friends, parents, all that stuff.
You're going to get to the end and then you're just going to do regular air squat.
And so then it just got big and we got to a place where we're like, okay, we have outgrown this garage. Do I just stop telling people I can take them or do we make the jump and do a brick and mortar? And we went that way.
Yeah.
And then that was in 2017-ish. And then once we got the equipment, opened it up, it was way easier than I thought it was going to be to get clientele. Because that was my nervous spot. Oh my God, what are we going to do? And the community there was no Pilates studio. So there was that, you know. And then the people that I was training wanted to bring their friends because now instead of just doing a single, like a private, we can do group in the studio.
Right. That's amazing. And you guys have been open since
2017, I think. Why
2017?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And you get to the end and do your squats. It's really cool to hear other stories about people who just Amazoned it in their garage.
Right.
And then, decided to move into brick and mortar. And look, now you're flourishing in the city of La Salle. You said you moved around a lot. Were you guys here in La Salle?
No, so we lived in Orange County. We lived in Northern California. We lived in the Midwest. We lived in Buffalo, New York. We were moving around everywhere. But then once the kids got settled in school, the goal was, okay, we need to put down some roots.
Right. And La Salle was the place that you just landed on.
We're in Seal, businesses in La Salle.
Cool.
I always feel like it's the same.
I mean, we we work in LaSalle and we go to school in Seal Beach.
Yeah.
You know, so like with our son. So
Yeah.
I love that you stuck with the name Garage Pilates.
It is tricky though, I will say. I think now it's established, but initially people were like, "Are you in a garage? We can't find a garage." No. So we had to make that
Did we
clear.
really ask that? Like
Yeah.
a lot?
Not anymore, but we got that right out of the gate. We did.
That's hilarious.
Yes, but
That's
I mean,
hilarious.
that's fair.
You know, with us, we get, you know, black box performance. People are always like, what time are the boxing classes? We don't do that.
Yeah.
But, you know,
But
come in and do functional fitness.
I mean, pretty strong argument for how marketing is simple with the name of the business.
Yeah.
People think like,
Yeah.
you get what you think. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more of a nod to your amazing story. It's just so cool. Like I
We
commend
played
it.
around with other ideas for names, but it felt like Garage Pilates just kind of commemorated the journey. It felt real.
Yeah. Hands off. You're going to be doing goblet squat. That is the only thing that is different between your two exercises. You have step ups in the middle of your workouts. So we have 4x8 with the back squats and the goblet squats. But while Leslie is doing back squats, you're going to be doing alternating step ups. So you're here on the bench, step up and then step down. But then when you switch, you're going to goblet squat and you're going to step ups. You stop your step ups when she is done doing her goblet squats, and same with the other way around. Okay. But the same numbers are the same. So 8 reps. And this stops when the other partner's done. So if Leslie is, it's a person starting with the barbell, you start on the step ups. So,
Am I facing this way
yes, ma'am.
and put it back here?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. When you come into a back squat, you're going to put your, yep. So you're standing, make sure your long, beautiful hair is fine. 2 steps back.
There.
Nice wide stance. Squeeze your elbows down. And we're squatting. Good. Take your time. What is a weird request, if any, that you get in your studio from potential members? What is the weirdest request?
Oh, I got you there. When we first opened, a gentleman called and said that he was really working on his form.
Okay.
He'd been to a couple studios in Orange County, and he was wondering what the repercussions were with poor form. And I said, it's just correction and encouragement. He said that he was looking for a studio that would punish him if he did form wrong.
Wait.
Yes.
No.
And I said, I don't think that's us.
Time out. Time. I have so many questions. Hold the kettlebell right here. Continue with your step ups. Okay. So what?
Right? So weird. And also a little bit scary, because this is when we had just opened and it was just me working at night by myself. So I was like, no, that's not us. And he was like, well, you know, he continued on that maybe we could punish him by asking him to clean the bathroom. And for a hot second, I was like, oh, the bathroom could use a good cleaning. But
Is
alas,
there like
no.
a chance he might have been joking?
I would hope it. And I went that way first. My mind went right there. But no, I do not think so. And then there's a few local studios just south of here that we have a really good relationship with. And we were messaging. Yes, he had reached out to them and said the same weird stuff.
Oh my God.
Isn't that nuts?
That is so crazy. And he was just like, okay, so I'm going to do this bad. So therefore I have to clean your bathroom. Tell me to clean your bathroom.
Weird.
This is so weird.
On so many levels. I'm not counting anything.
I cannot. You're not supposed to count.
Okay,
Leslie is supposed to count.
You post sock pictures.
Oh,
We have a sock business. We promote it. And we had a guy go
a
crazy.
sock business.
Yeah, we sell Pilates socks.
Gotcha.
Because you have to wear
Yes.
socks on the reformer. He was so into feet, and he started messaging or chatting on the Instagram about feet. And Kristen thought, oh, it's got to be someone Leslie knows. And it wasn't, but she's engaging with this guy. Like, yeah, we'll send you. Sure. You should see all the stuff. I'm like, I don't know this guy. And he was like, I'd love to see those feet after a long run in sweaty tennis shoes, like kinky, weird stuff.
Oh my God. What is, you guys get all these kinky people?
Actually,
Well, I mean, that's 2 more than most. Okay. So I have not taken a Pilates reformer class ever before. And don't kill me when I say this, because I know I'm going to probably ruffle something. It's not the same as yoga, right?
you are correct. It is not. But there are great similarities.
Okay.
And Joseph Pilates, who created the Pilates method,
Okay.
practiced yogi. He was a practiced yogi.
Okay.
So he was all about it. He was a boxer, a gymnast. What else can we say about him? An avid beer drinker.
Wow. I like this guy.
See? He's awesome.
A little bit of everything.
Cigar smoker.
Okay.
Just eccentric. Like
Okay.
a mad scientist with his equipment creations
Sure.
and movement and everything. So it does often get stereotypically looped in with yoga.
Okay.
But yoga's on the mat. Pilates does have a mat component, but it also has a variety of apparatus.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better. My only like thing with yoga is I do tend to get bored, but I do feel in a Pilates studio, I would be a lot more stimulated. You're very active on social media, which I love.
Thanks.
And it does intrigue me to want to try it.
Good. That's what we're after.
Have you gotten Dustin to take a class?
Oh, and right on cue, the baby cries. Does that answer your question? What I'm seeing is the two of you scheduling a session to come in.
Wow. Only if they wear their American Ninja Warrior socks.
Absolutely.
Wow. You know?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Good job, girls. But yes.
It's
But
good.
then you love me forever. So
See?
I'm just like I love you guys forever.
There you have it.
So concepts is the same as the last workout. One partner is working while the other partner is working but waiting.
Okay.
Right. So I have one person here doing rear elevated split squats. So your foot is back and you're squatting all the way down. Let me show you on the other knee that's not broken. So squatting all the way down and then coming all the way up.
Okay.
2 kettlebells in each hand. While other partner is sitting here, just holding it, not doing anything.
Okay.
Just holding it. Your back is engaged, your pelvis is tucked, and your core is squeezed. Okay. Don't sleep on that one.
I'm dreaming of it.
That's going to be the one. What was the scariest part about moving from your garage to where you are now?
Probably financial. And it is a numbers game. Like that became very clear. We got dialed in on exactly what we needed to spend to buy the equipment. Oh, sorry, Leslie. On, what the equipment was going to cost, what the lease was going to cost, what all the other, just a spreadsheet, right? And then once we thought, well, we could probably do it, then, sorry, that was a lot.
I can't wait for her to continue this while she's holding it. Good.
But I think that's always finances the fear when you're starting a business. Like,
Yeah.
You guys the same?
Yeah. I mean, like we were the same. Like we were in a garage and we had our people coming in and out. Whoa. Squeeze your back. Squeeze your core. We had people coming into our garage, paying us through Zelle, paying us through Venmo, cash sometimes even. And, Ryan and I, we like sat down one day and we're just like, okay, do we continue and get a bigger house with a bigger garage?
Yeah.
Or do we move into a space? And, we landed on Los Alamitos and this space in particular. And like, you said it best. Like we were just welcomed into this community like crazy, and we truly couldn't have been more blessed. But it's the same things. Like, what do we do? Like, how do we make this business succeed outside of a garage? Like we didn't know anything. Like it was like from the very bottom up. Like, was it the same for you guys too? Like,
so with Pilates, it's what we were offering with Pilates. It was very specific. It was just but not really, more like a semi-private because we have 5 reformers. So it's 5 people in a class, right? And we fancy ourselves to be a paperless studio. So go to our website, go to our scheduling software, buy your package, book your classes, cancel, reschedule.
Where do we do that?
We currently use a scheduling software called Wellness Living. That is not a plug.
Tell me more about your instructors. I mean, you brought one with. Tell me about that.
We are in such a good place. It is so fun to go to work, and I like to take everyone's class.
Oh,
And everybody has their own unique style, which I love because you are getting Pilates, but a slightly different flair. But honestly, it warms my mama heart when someone pings our group message and is like, hey, can someone cover for me on Friday? And then someone chimes in immediately, love to. But they're just great people. And we have acquired them, I think, over the years. Leslie is really well networked in our industry, connected to a lot of different studios. Having worked there, having friends from her graduation class, Pilates certification there. So she knows everyone, I think, and just kind of handpicked the finest, and we got them. We have a lot of moms.
okay.
We have a couple young ones.
Okay.
And everything in between. There's about 8 of us, and one's on maternity leave right now. And so sweet.
Congratulations to her.
But it's a lot of fun. But the funny part is too, because we do like 5-person classes, only one instructor is working at a time.
Okay.
So we'll do photo shoots with our girl Nola. That is a plug.
Yes. Nola Fontana's photography. She is the best.
And those photo shoots are the funnest because that's when we're all finally together in the same room.
Yes. And that's what I was like mentioning to you, like just looking at your Instagram feed of like all of your instructors and like how cute you guys are all. Just being able to see you guys in that kind of setting, you look like a family. That's the Pilates studio I want to go to. That one. Like that one looks warm. That one looks welcoming.
Yeah.
That one looks like something that I can learn in, because I've never taken Pilates before, right? So like that's one that I want to go to.
I'm so grateful for these compliments.
It's true. It's
That's
true.
exactly what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
All ages, all levels, all styles.
Yes.
So when we say Pilates for everybody, we need everybody and everybody.
Yeah.
No one has to feel intimidated.
Yes.
Which people say, I go, how come you ever tried it? I'm too intimidated. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 exercises. It's going to be mountain climbers or high plank. And the questions are going to be this or that. So the movement is going to match the answer.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Okay. So for instance, I'm going to give you one. So for the mountain climbers, it's going to be A, and high plank is going to be B. Mountain climbers is A, high plank is B. So you're going to do whatever the answer is. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Reformer or mat? Okay. All right. Glutes or core? Glutes. All right. Okay. Strength training or Pilates?
You knew that one.
Let's see. High planks or mountain climbers? Okay. Now I want you to tell me your elevator pitch for garage Pilates as long as you can hold this plank.
I mean, garage Pilates is for everyone. You need to come in. It's a full body workout. GaragePilates.net. You can't go wrong.
Pilates for everybody. Everybody's welcome.
Come on in.
Pilates.net.
Just,
We'll snuggle in.
I know, you're just relaxing now.
I'll get the mic close to you in case we speak. Speaking to my right.
So thank you so much for coming here and letting me work out with you for a little bit, or at least stand next to you while you work out.
Thank you.
Okay. Please tell us where we can book a class with you. Do you guys offer any promotions? Where and how?
First of all, thank you. Thank you for having us. We really respect your gym here. We have a lot of overlapping clients and I applaud their form. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you.
GaragePilates.net is going to be your place to go. As we mentioned earlier, we're a paperless studio. So go online. We have a new client special. It's $120, so deeply discounted. 2 private lessons, 2 beginner reformer classes. Reformer is the name of the Pilates apparatus. And you book online. You do it all like that. And that's it. We're easy. We're down. If you know where Kampai Sushi is, that's always our classic landmark. We're right beside them, basically on the corner of Los Alamitos Boulevard and Catella.
Come to the warmest, most welcome, most inclusive Pilates studio in town.